Hi, this here is Kevin Gates, okay? This is what this video about, Kevin Gates. So, I just see the headline, I'm not all into the tea. Like, I would know you by headline topic, but then I would know you by music. That's a high chance. And I never thought I would be like that. I see a lot of older people, like 20 so years ago, and I'm like, ooh, how could, I understand now. Like, you couldn't understand how 50-year-old people, they only knew you by the head. Like, well, such and such died. You be like, I just was listening to their music and stuff. Like, no, they got there and they ran out of plane crash. No, they was caught up in a bank robbery. You be like, no, But now I understand. So, you know how you be liking a celebrity before you could see the headline, and the old people like, who? I don't know what you like them for, because they known for such and such. Now I'm like on the other side now. I was always in between, because I was the one that liked watching 2020. So I can't say it was exactly me, but just say my peers. But I had to do a video on Kevin Gates because I'm sure you hear me and hear where I am from. And, God dropped me off there. Bayou boot, Saints, Catholic, French, whatever like that. So, Kevin Gates TMZ had to really be scrolling. Because you're like, dang, do they really listen to Kevin Gates? I don't even know who he is. Because I first thought, I know it's a Gates person that's an anchorman. So when I had Kevin Gates up with his cousin, I'm thinking this one of the news people that down there in Louisiana. They talking about like when they was, I think they had the guy Ed Bugs that time. And I used to like Ed Bugs. I was just so happy Ed Bugs was a black man on Channel 2 and stuff like that. And, he had his name come up in some scam and stuff like that. So I was just relating that about Kevin Bugs, okay? That's just the picture I was drawing, and some calling, I'm getting there communicating to people, in transit and so forth. I'm like, well, who is Kevin Gates? And so when you get to the ones that know, of course, the ones that love to talk about love and hip-hop, they gonna know it. Don't nobody else know. All of this New Orleans rapper. And, that's that New Orleans rapper. I said, oh, well, he got a big headline talking about something. He slept with his cousin. His grandma told him that was his cousin, but he ain't grew up with her and stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, gosh. I read more articles and see if you look on Blog Talk Radio, the State of Black Parents show, and some of the shows that we did in the recent weeks, you will see one of the poster boards that go up that says, or Southern Black Americans, You'll see it's a great background. It's also on the Google Plus page, okay? And so, no, I didn't put the poster board up. But see, when I say stuff, I'm the one that's saying something different, like, oh, ain't nobody thinking about that, But the poster board was not made by me or anybody I knew. It was floating around, and like everybody else, I got there and DL that mug, okay? And so I had to, okay, I want you to come ask me about it. I didn't make it, but it's out there. Like, come on, you need to catch that shattered mirror, like I talk about on the radio show. So, okay. Some of these, I'm looking through the different videos, you studying up, getting there, reading the person. Like, he got all these voodoo tattoos on him. And I'm like, okay, this is one of those dudes that ain't never been out of New Orleans except for a football game. I was like, oh my goodness. So somebody had, lovely TT, she had on a video about, how that's just how Louisiana rappers are. They just say all their business out. Well, I have to say something in the mass that is cultural. And people get mad when everybody ain't like that. Well, if the majority is like that, that don't mean, the majority is like that. That's how the majority is okay, congenital about it. So, you know, somebody even got there and wrote under the Advice Media show, and I mean, they got offended talking about Louisiana. So, it just, you know, I can't go past the article. I'm even reading a book. No, I done read plenty of books. But I'm talking about one of my recent books I read that's talking about down south, okay? And of course, when people want to specifically, when they want to speak about the South, Alabama and Louisiana just come up first at the top of the list. You know, then Mississippi. And you just can't win for losing. Then Kentucky and South Carolina. Like, you just want straight up. Just, you know. But Louisiana and Alabama gets it the worst. Okay, Alabama was known as this area that they wasn't known as bright, but they knew how to behave kind of people. Oh, but they be wild on World Star Hip Hop. They be in the numbers on there. If the video ain't getting shared, it's up in chat rooms. It's everywhere. So you can't help but I can't help but, you know, add up the statistics, multiply everything else around the corner. I mean, whether I'm in person, I'm online, I'm traveling, it does not matter. White or black, you know. Alabama just, you know, Okay. So, getting back to the Louisiana thing. Okay. So, you know, Lily TT, she in there talking about, you know, well, you know, the rappers, you know, talking about the dude got that, I see one of the videos on the side talking about he love eating booty. Then, on that Vice Media show, he was saying that his grandmother got people from Louisiana, they were talking about the incest there. And so, you know, talking about the Creole, and so they do have the renowned quote, it's cultural. Now, whether they, you know, I'm from there, so whether I'm not, you know, you know, people gotta mature from their cultural thinking. I mean, just things, people talk about Africa, but what make you so different from the culture that you live in? That's what I'm saying. Like you know, okay, so with the incest thing, so they do have a saying that says the closer the kin, the better the skin. Why don't we get something about the better the brain? You know? Now, he didn't say what distance his grandma said that was his cousin, because it could have been a second, third, or fourth cousin. You know, and I'm sure when people may see me, you know, and somebody say, well, you favor whatever somebody, and they're way down the line, like literally near double digits, even though you'd be like, oh, y'all look alike, for, you know, but I ain't about to even get on that, because I don't even need to be saying that really, but because I might not even really just know their name. I just may have a picture or have an idea you're talking about. I may only remember it because you're describing something that I really don't remember, you know, whatever like that. But incest is wrong, okay? And people wrote, I mean, just the quotes people have wrote no responses. I don't want to call them quotes because it shouldn't be recognized there. The responses that people have had where I don't do nothing like that, but who to say something wrong with incest? And you know, something else wrong. You know, when we gonna get a steady culture? These are different personalities and cultures in our community. Hey, if you know it's your cousin or it's your 10th cousin, it's wrong. I don't know what distant cousin it was. And, I mean, it's possible to happen because I have cousins that I'm multiple kin to. You know, we're kin on both sides, whether it's, you know, you have families where majority of cousins went with the other cousin and so forth like that. That could probably be, you know what I'm saying, you have to wait till I come out with a movie or whatever like that on that level about this topic here. But definitely, incest is wrong, okay? It's a lot of cultural things, especially from slavery, that needs to be broken in the community, okay? So he said from 2006 to 2009 he was sleeping with the cousin or whatever. So supposedly for 3 years. I don't know if he dating or somebody got there wrote on a post somewhere that his wife is his cousin. It is common. Matter of fact, I have a cousin of mine that is married to their cousin, and another cousin won't tell me no, no, no. I say I know what I'm talking about. That that is our fifth, sixth cousin that person married. But they did have a child. It's a whole nother story about that. Whether I talk about that, But what they call genetics or whatever, I don't know. I'm sure it can fuck up somebody's head. Somebody had, somebody was on a radio show, and they got in a dispute over the Bible on Facebook. Woo! Oh my goodness, so I say, Lord of the heart, I go there and look on her profile, and guess where she from? Louisiana. People always want to claim French in their blood. Extreme occultists, especially from that region. I'm like, oh gosh. Like I said, I'm always feel like I'm in between a brick wall. So, when I have the people say I'm bougie, I'm ghetto, and then I have the people say, you're being from Louisiana, and then, the people from your own place, they consider you with the up north. And it's like, okay, I'm in between a brick wall, okay, so I can't, I gotta balance me out, because I let y'all balance me out. I be crazy. I be really taking no bricks y'all throwing. Okay, you Southern, this and that. So they had this stereotype of thinking you being from Louisiana. That's how you think about stuff. You think 2 + 2 equal this and that. I know algebra. You know what I'm saying? I know algebra. Then they surprised. I'm surprised. You gotta catch and feel people. But that's where I'm from. I am from South Louisiana. I cannot change that, okay? God dropped me there, so why don't you conversate more with him and just be cool with... I'm from South Louisiana. That don't mean I don't have morals, because I don't speak what you consider proper. It doesn't mean I don't have morals. It doesn't mean that I lack a heart. It doesn't mean that I don't like reading and stuff. It doesn't mean I can't read. It doesn't devalue any mission that I have. Now, it may alternate a lot of stuff, but it doesn't devalue the mission, or anything. And so I am that transition between the South and the North. It's not something that I really want to network with others. It's nothing that I want to do by myself. It's just something that we have to come to the table about. It ain't gonna get cured in one day. It ain't gonna get cured in 1 year. It ain't gonna get cured in 5 years. It's not. Because, this is gonna work with State of Black Parent. So this incident, you go check out the various videos with Kevin Gates, or if you have checked them out, you would just reply on what I done said about Kevin Gates. I just found out August Alsina, he's from there. Also, Kevin Gates, he had 2 children in the same week. His father died of AIDS. So, all this is gonna pile up. So, I'd rather be prepared to hear this stuff and then people come at me, because it's like, when you got somebody, there was somebody's song by Boosie about sticking ecstasy up his girlfriend's ass, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Whew. And no, I'm not cool with nothing like that. Okay, I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool. I'm not neutral, and I'm not. Oh no, I'm not going. I'm not going to even sideline. What you call that? Back at the top of the theater. I'm not. That is terrible. The incest. Then they said Lil Wayne said something. He had a song by gonorrhea. I don't even know the lyrics of the song. Can you even listen? I don't think I can find it on which one. But I need to listen to it. And if I did listen to it, I forgot it. But he had a song called Gonorrhea. With all those baby mamas he had. Come on now, people gotta just get more responsible and cautious in life. I'm a TTY. Y'all tune into the next videos I have. Subscribe, reply, share.